just started hunting again. It's November. It's the end of November. I just started hunting again. We're in a new area. We got lots of tags, does, bucks, you name it. Let's see what we can do. Okay, it's minus 25. And with the wind chill, it's minus 30. And this is a warm day. So we're trying to make sure we have enough gear on so we don't die. But really, it's quite difficult to be warm. We got some Mickey Mouse boots full of hot pads, and we actually heat the air up inside them before we put them on, which seems to be working pretty good. Oh my God. Just got all this stuff on, and now I really gotta go pee.
Night is falling all around. Nothing's moving above or underground.
So we're in a sweet little meadow and hunting in Alberta, bow hunting. There's absolutely no bait out there. And we got to get the horns, put them together and work those grunt tubes and really get those bucks moving into our area around our tree so we can try and get an archery shot at them.
It's minus 25. It's very, very cold, but it's just awesome out here right now.
Rattling in Alberta, it's awesome. A new bush, you always got to bring out the horns, the grunt tubes, and work to get those bucks to come in.
Minus 25. My hand's almost frozen.
Ow. This little buck came in, and it's always a little bit rewarding when you actually get the attention of an animal and you know that it's coming because of the sounds that you made. And even though it was a small buck, he came in cruising in. You know, he was looking and listening for sounds and looking for deer. We brought him right to the tree. You threw a couple cans in here and there, and he kept turning them around, coming back to the tree. So it's just those little things that happen in the woods that make it really great. You know you're there at the right time, you know you're doing the right stuff, and it's only a matter of time before you get an opportunity. It's just a matter of what you do with it.
That's it for minus 20 today. Let's get going.
So it was our first evening hunt, and it was eventful. We saw a buck. He came in and cruised by, and temperatures were really cold. We went back that night, got a good night rest, and then drove back in the morning in the dark. Got in that same bush, and we had high hopes of seeing some more deer.
Okay, we've walked about a half a mile past this little alfalfa field here. Not quite half a mile, but we passed an alfalfa field where all the deer are hammering. And then what we're going to do is hook back around, use our wind, get on one of the stands that are in here, set up a camera stand, try to get as quiet as possible. The temperatures got a little warmer since the minus 20, minus 25, minus 30 temperatures. We're at about minus 16 now, so it's still cold, but nothing like it was. And the sun's beating down on us, so it's nice and warm. I mean, not warm, but you know what I mean.
So the morning hunts were almost obsolete at this time of year. We were late November, it was freezing cold. We couldn't even do a morning hunt because it was so cold. So we went back and it was an evening hunt. We climbed in the stand, got the camera set up, and I turned around and it was 3 seconds into the hunt and boom, there's a deer. I look behind us and here comes the deer coming through the brush, bedding 50 yards off the field. So in a couple hours they could just get up and feed, and it was close because it was so cold the deer were acting funny. The next thing we knew, here came a big buck. Beautiful 4x4 comes right in front of me. On the camera it looks like I can shoot him, but unfortunately there's a little limb, and then he comes to the side, and I had to turn completely around the camera, and in the stand I had, there was a little space right in between my legs. I couldn't turn my whole body around without getting busted, and I mean, I missed. It went right over his back. It was good left and right, but right over his back, and he ducked a little bit. They're pretty wiry whitetails here in Alberta, and it was a miss, baby. 20 seconds later, after I missed, the deer runs out into the field, and we're in a primitive weapon area in Alberta for our second buck tag, and kaboom.
Oh, he probably just got killed. He probably just got killed. No way.
The shotgun takes him down, or so we thought. We never really knew what happened to that buck.
Do we take the red trail or the yellow trail? Red trail's gonna be the bloody trail.
Day 3, and the best possible thing could have happened. The weather breaks. We were in like minus 25, super frigid temperatures, and it goes down to minus 20-ish. That gets us into the woods. And sure enough, this real pretty buck comes in. He's a nice 4x4. He's got a funny brow tine that sticks straight down off his forehead. And it was just a good encounter, especially after the night before when we had such a high by seeing the big 4 walk right in at 15 yards, then the big low after missing him right over his back. So we were jazzed back up again, and we're pretty confident we get a shot at a mature buck. the buck walks off, great encounter. We decided to head out of there, grab a bite to eat, some quick lunch before we went back in for the evening hunt.
Well, we had a good buck, well, small buck, come by. About 4 or 5 toes. We're in it. We're in the spots. We're in the good spots. We went around the corner here. We got another setup, and it's kind of funneling into this island. So we're gonna try that tonight and just sit back on this island and see if they come off the island to go from the island out into this bush. I checked the tracks over there, and they're pretty wild. So I think we got a good chance. There's a good setup there, so we're in good, I think.
And it was a pretty cool day because we got a phone call from my good buddy Louis DeBrusque. And of course Louis, the camera's not there, but Louis goes and sits in one of the spots and hits a beauty whitetail.
Boy, I just had the hunt of a lifetime, and it happened really fast. This deer, before I knew it, was in my shooting lane, and everything that I've been taught and told over the years of bow hunting, I did wrong. I ripped my bow off the hook because I was so excited that this deer was there in my shooting lane. I got it hooked on the peg. I couldn't get my release on the D loop. I ripped my bow back, hit my elbow on the tree. I mean, this deer had ample opportunities to get out of the way and run away, but obviously in the heat of the rut, these deer do things they don't normally do, and I was lucky that it stuck around and I was able to get an arrow on him.
So we got settled into this stand and I was super excited because it felt like the right place. We were there for about an hour and then bingo, here comes a nice shooter.
There's a buck right there, he's coming.
So we figured this buck was living on the island, and sure enough, we sat down, and in 1 hour, boom, here comes a deer, and it's a nice buck. It's a 5x5. He cuts through this meadow, he kind of circles around, and it looks like he's kind of going away and traveling away, and I hit him with a nice grunt and a quick can, and that was it. That turned him. Turned right towards us and started coming through a lane. It was perfect. So I draw back, anchor, my heart's thumping. Here's a nice mature 5x5. And boom, I hit a branch at 15 yards. I went from the high of highs to the low of lows. The night before, a big huge 4x4 comes in and miss. Now the next evening, here comes a nice 5x5, hit a branch. It's just so tough to get out there and bow hunt these Alberta whitetails.
He stopped.
Here's where I get lucky. This buck decides to circle in. It goes around 30, 40, 50 yards. It comes right out into the meadow at about 65 yards. This is it, it's go time. I'm not gonna make a mistake this time. I've practiced far shots before. I've made some long shots, and this is by far the best and longest shot I've made in a whitetail buck, but there was no way this guy was getting away from me.
you see the other arrow? I got him perfect. Like, there's nothing in the way for me to hit. Trees in the way, and I was on him, and I was perfectly on him. No, and then he came and he walked back around us, and he gave me a shot at 50. I think he was just maybe a little further than 50, so I put my pin just a little bit higher, and I definitely hit him hard. And then he ran out in there. We heard a crash in the island. So I think I got a good chance of finding this deer, but I gotta replay the kill shot and have a good look at where the arrow hit him. Let's just go see if we can find a good blood trail. He's already starting to like go back and forth. He's hitting real good. I think we heard him crash about another 80 yards up here, so if we don't find him, we're gonna maybe move out, but I think we're gonna find him. Obviously, this is really good blood. You can see the red trail all the way up this hill. But if he's not on the other side of this hill, I might be waiting a little longer. He's right there. He's right there. He's right there. Oh, he's a nice buck. Oh. Wow, he really got on this tree. Jeez. That's a nice big Alberta whitetail. He's got a broken brow. Oh, look at how he just ended up on this tree. Like, cell phones and whitetail hunting like go together like peas and carrots these days. So we were pretty excited. I mean, we were on cloud nine. That was our second whitetail of the season, and we were working really hard for it. So I grabbed my cell phone and put a quick shout out to Rick Fisher, a good friend of mine from Rick Fisher Hunting Adventures, who really helped us out with this hunt, and he was pretty excited too. Here he is. Thanks, Scotty, the cameraman. And yeah, 2010 season is over, and we really did great this year. Really great season. Very, very proud to be able to take Alberta whitetails with a bow and arrow the way we do it. It's a tough game, and when you score, it really counts.
If you want any other information on the Edge or any of the other Edge shows, follow me on Twitter at Ryan T. Kohler. Talk to you then.